Hello, don't be so hard on yourself. A topic that has come up in terms of this is the end of the first week of our situation, and there is a lot going on. We've survived the first week of massive change in terms of being thrown in and not being able to leave the house unless it's essential. And the message I want to talk about is not being so hard on yourself. You already have so much to do, so many priorities to get in on every given day in terms of working from home, from or within like areas of the house that you're not used to working in. It could be the kitchen table, the dining room table, squeezed into a corner, wherever it is. And you know, you're already having to deal with that. And then there's the whole issue of what the hell to do with the kids. Those are the exact words that I'm hearing from parents. What the hell do I do with the kids? In terms of keeping them entertained, as well as helping to school them with all the packs that you may or may not have got from their schools and stuff. There are those that are key workers, obviously, where the kids are still at school. However, you've got all that going on. We're worrying about, you know, this particular stage of the outbreak. We have no idea as to when we're going to come out of the L word, and yeah, it's uncertain times, it's challenging times already for us. So don't be so hard on yourself. It's very easy to get to the end of the day and beat yourself up because you had this massive to-do list that you created for yourself at the start of the day, but then you look at it at the end of the day and you've hardly got anything done, and then you kick yourself up, or you kick yourself for having not done all of the things. Whereas if you didn't have all those things on the list in the first place, then you wouldn't be able to kick yourself in the bum or be so hard on yourself at the end of the day. Like one way I find that is much easier on yourself, one way of setting yourself up to win every day is to do some kind of brain dump, especially on a Sunday at time of this recording. Especially on a Sunday, you know, you're preparing for the week ahead, and this is a tip that I stole from 𝗕𝗏𝗏 in terms of the life skills that he teaches us, and one of those things is what he calls a brain dump, and where on a Sunday or any day of the week really where you're planning, you dump out of your head everything that is going on in terms of all those things that you need to get around to doing, all the things that you want to do, need to do, etc. Just get it all out into your head on a piece of paper. And just that process of that cathartic process of getting all the thoughts out in your head, that helps so much to de-stress the situation because you're not running around trying to remember all of these things. It's also a good way to settle the brain, settle the mind as well, in terms of getting it down on paper so you don't forget anything before bed. So once you've put this list down on paper, got it in black and white, one way of not being so hard on yourself and flipping it on its head is by then prioritizing that list into how Dan describes it as 1s, 2s and 3s. 1s being absolutely urgent, only you can do it. 2s being they need to be done but not necessarily right now, and 3rds are or 3s rather are nice to haves basically, and can wait, frankly. And what you'll find is you'll have a lot of 1s, 2s and 3s, and how you can help to prioritize your time better for the week ahead, and so that you feel that you've achieved more in terms of getting through your massive to-do list, is to tick off the main things first. So say you've got a list of ones, you take those ones, you pepper them through your schedule for the week ahead, and then on that given day, as it comes up in your calendar or whatever, you get that one thing done, and you know that that is of top priority, and anything after that you achieve is then a bonus. And it's not as though it's just going to be that you're going to do on that day anyway, right? Because you're already going to be getting up, sorting yourself out, potentially sorting the kids out, and then running the whole household, and then having to worry about everything else that is going on. So yeah, that's one way that you can be much nicer, much kinder on yourself, and not be so self-deprecating in terms of what you achieve on any given day. There's so many positives that you can already take from this situation that we're in, and it is about how you think about the situation and where your focus is. Is it on the focus of everything that isn't going right now, and potentially on things that aren't in our control, or is your focus on things that you can control and therefore you can be more positive about? So it's not just about being positive, it's about how you choose to respond to any given situation. This being, a massive prime example. I never expected this to happen in my lifetime. So it is challenging for everyone, but it is also a great lesson in what we can do in terms of the approach that we take, the mindset that we take, and how we think and frame every situation that comes up for us. So you can be kinder to yourself, you can be a lot easier on yourself if you ultimately take control of all the things that you can control and focus on that stuff, and let the other stuff not wash over you, but be mindful of that stuff and not let it control you. You take control over the stuff that you can control, okay? So yeah, that's my thoughts on it anyway. What do you think? Drop me a comment or a like on this video if it resonated with you. Drop me a comment below this video as to how you're being a lot kinder to yourself, and also ask me any questions that you have in terms of any other videos that I can put together to help you through this time. Thanks.